You've got questions? She's got answers. It's Ask Nurse Lisa.
Welcome. Glad you could make it to your appointment. I'm Nurse Lisa, and this is another episode of Ask Nurse Lisa. I want to thank everyone who has sent in their questions. We've got wonderful questions. I know that some of you are, embarrassed to send in your questions, but if it's affecting you, it's probably affecting quite a few people. So, not only that, I've been taking care of patients since 1980, so been there, done that, and I got the t-shirt. Really, I got the t-shirt. They give us out one every Nurses Day in May. Well, let's get right to our viewer question of the week. Take it away, Andy.
Now, I'm lying in bed all alone for a reason. And it's because I have really bad flatulence. No matter what I do, I can't help it but have a lot of gas. Do you have some kind of remedy for that, or do you know what might help to cure this problem? It's a bit embarrassing sometimes, Thanks in advance.
My opinion, if something is causing people to be in separate rooms, it's time to get some help. Everybody passes gas. It's normal for people to do it 10 to 20 times a day. It's a normal effect of the digestive process. You have bacteria that normally line the gut, and when they break down food in the digestive process, gas is produced and it has to go somewhere, so it's gonna go out. Now, most of y'all know I love a good joke, and you're probably sitting back on the edge of your seat going, oh my gosh, what kind of jokes is Lisa gonna tell this week? What kind of fart jokes? No, I'm gonna play this one close to the vest. Now, most people know that these gases that are produced, carbon dioxide, methane, hydrogen, and sometimes hydrogen sulfide, which is of course the smelly stuff, because it's the sulfur that really smells pretty bad. And if you are middle-aged, we need to look for things like irritable bowel syndrome and other digestive disorders such as celiac disease, and you could even have food allergies, lactose intolerance, even diabetes, colon cancer, colon polyps. So it's best to see your doctor to make sure that you don't have any of those underlying medical conditions. Now, with that in mind, let's talk about the things that everybody should do to kind of keep all this under control. First thing you need to do is I would suggest keeping a food diary. While that doesn't sound like a lot of fun and games, you don't necessarily have to write down the calories. We all know that certain foods, especially foods high in fiber, can add to excess gas. Broccoli, beans, cabbage, cauliflower, onions, Brussels sprouts, soda. It's not that you need to cut out these foods, except for maybe soda and beer, but if you've gone from a low fiber diet and you've decided to eat healthy and go to a high fiber diet, if you do it all at once, you're going to experience some gastric discomfort, some major gastric discomfort. So it really, first recommendation is to take those foods and introduce them one at a time until your body gets more used to a high fiber diet, which you really should have. Make sure you cook your fruits and your vegetables, because that softens up the cellulose wall of fiber on the fruits and vegetables, and that's part of the digestive process. Drink plenty of fluids, and by fluids, here on the Nurse Lisa show, that means water. Exercise thing about exercise is that it provides blood supply to the entire body, and that includes the gut. When the gut has a decreased blood supply, it doesn't move properly like it's supposed to. And that comes from a stagnant lifestyle or even things like surgery. Let's talk about some spices that you can use to help some of the issues with flatulence. Ginger, fennel, turmeric, coriander, peppermint, sage, and chamomile. You can put those in foods, you can put those in teas, you can find all kinds of recipes on the internet which can help you take in some of those spices, which would help. And let's talk about some of our other habits which could be contributing to this issue. Do you eat too fast? Do you chew your food thoroughly? Do you sip rather than gulp? Do you drink too many sodas? Do you chew a lot of gum or smoke? Do you partake in a lot of sugar-free substitutes which have sorbitol or xylitol? Rethink those things. What about over-the-counter remedies such as Simethicone and Beano? The way to describe the way Simethicone helps, which is of course like the gas medicine which is in the drugstore shelves, which you can go get, that's it. There's not like 10 or 20 kinds of medicine for gas. It's mostly Simethicone. You can think of Simethicone as providing the slip and slide for the gaseous bubbles, is what you can think of it as. So when gas becomes painful and bloating, trapped, Simethicone may be able to help there. It's definitely recommended for babies with colic who have that problem, who are having a little bit of problem with the digestive process and having that painful buildup of gas, which causes them to just really keep their parents awake. So I definitely recommend it for that. Now see, that wasn't so bad. We got through that question, didn't we? It's time for your next question, so send them to asknurselisa@yahoo.com. What are some really exciting things that are going to be coming up here on the show? Well, we're going to be having a contest in coming weeks, and this is going to be an exciting contest with some real exciting prizes. No joke. So, stay tuned. Tell your friends to join, because if they want to win the prizes, they're going to have to join and sub and be a part of the show too. And until next week, this is Nurse Lisa saying, be happy, be healthy. See you next week.